Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. It's Saturday as we record this, therefore, it is time for Star Wars Saturdays. And here in 2026, Star Wars Saturdays games that we're running are set during the Clone Wars. We're doing something, if you are watching the YouTube version and see the Jedi Temple behind me, we're doing something very different. There are a lot of people with laser swords in their characters' backgrounds. It's going to be fun. So this is Star Wars Saturdays is a series that I've been running for several years now, where I take various RPGs and hack drift or just drop them into Star Wars. We are going to be playing a quarterly, which means 3 months of on a mostly weekly basis, although there are a few weekends that I will not be able to game. But generally, we'll try to get about 10 or so sessions of Jedi Hearts. What is Jedi Hearts? Where can I buy it? So there's a version of it on itch. Originally, this is a game that was a hack of Masks, a new generation, a personal fave RPG of mine that was created by Andrew Medeiros, co-creator of Urban Shadows and also The Watch. And then Madrock, I believe, is the itch creator who has updated and refreshed it because Jedi Hearts was released way back in the day, as it were. Like, I think not long after Masks, the first edition of Masks. I say first edition because the second edition Kickstarter is coming to the internet soon. But so it was an older in the tooth, early PBTA hack, and it's been refreshed. A bunch of new playbooks added, a move added that we'll see. I think it's interesting, and yeah. So we are in the Clone Wars and that means that the Jedi are fighting for the Republic against the Separatists, and as a result of that, many of the Jedi are out in the battlefield. But this is the Clone Wars, not the end of the Clone Wars trilogy. So there are still a butt ton of young Jedi and Jedis who want to be Jedi, called Padawans, trainees, as it were. And while in the traditional mode of the setting or the Star Wars assumptions is that a Padawan would follow a master, and the master would go all over and do various and sundry things, and the Padawan would learn and ask pertinent questions, and sometimes be obtuse, and sometimes get in trouble, and that was fun. But due to the fact that there are legions of clone soldiers who need leaders, and the Jedi, for some reason, are the best reason to be generals. If you have a lightsaber, you get to be a general. Then a lot of the masters of certain Padawans aren't around. And while some may take their Padawans out into battle for the uh, for the journey of this game, these are Padawans who are not out in the battlefield at the beginning of our story. So they are Padawans who their master may be near, may not be near. They are still within the Jedi Temple. They are still studying the ways of the Force and the history of the Republic and all of those fun things. Learning how to fight with their lightsabers. They all do have cool lightsabers. And we use masks as the vehicle to tell these interesting stories. Now, we are setting this in the Clone Wars. From this moment forward, this is our Clone Wars. We will, I will, be using characters that exist in the canon, but uh, they may not be exactly like they were in a Star Wars comic from 2001. We may make mistakes. We also may make improvements. You never know. But we are inspired by these characters, or we like the look of these characters, and they may change or evolve. And if we make a mistake, just be advised that certain Jedi Masters were killed 3 different times in canon. So get over it. Don't come at us if we make mistakes. Enjoy. the journey. There, that was my blanket statement for stuff, for things and stuff. I'll occasionally pull from canon and timelines, but I'm not beholden to them. If we do something in the moment that violates something that happens in the future, I'm generally okay with it. And if any one of us aren't, then we'll have a quick conversation and we'll figure out our way forward. We do have safety tools, and we use standard open hearth. We're part of the open hearth community. Standard open hearth tools of lines and veils, and ask first and open door. All those good things. If you are curious about what those are, there is a comprehensive archive for safety while playing online that you can find, and that is the TTRPG Safety Toolkit. So we've marked a number of things, such as we have a line against sexual assault, sexual violence, or sexual coercion, and a veil on sexual content. I have a ask first on midichlorians, just a check in, because some people get a little tweaked about it. We're playing Padawans. It's possible that this may happen, but we'll check in first before we talk about it. We also have some asks first on things like pandemic, slavery, bullying, and speciesism, and a veil on suicide. So that is all my preamble. It is time to get ambling. I have five wonderful players who have created their characters, and this is the first time that they are introducing those characters to us. From this point forward, we will work through friends and rivals, which is relationships between these characters. And then, if we have enough time, and I think we will, we're going to drop in and have a little bit of play. I'm going to start from the far right of the character keeper, heading towards the left. So, Andesh, if you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your Padawan.
I can. I'm Anders, he, him, and I'm playing Nil Tassan, she, her. She is the Rancor playbook, which is, I believe, the translation of the bull from Masks for anyone who cares. So she is her master is wool something. I lost
It's
it.
it's Vulvith Mon
Wolbith Mon, who is a what are they called? S
Shistavanen.
something. Shistavanen. Yeah, yeah. It sounds Finnish to me. The wolf people. And I think she was found because he does these excursions down into the lower levels of Coruscant. And I can talk about Coruscant forever because it's a weird thing. Uh, uh, and I think she was found down there, like in a semi abandoned area on one of the lower levels, as like semi feral kid down there. And I think because I noticed after I picked the picture for her that she has a cybernetic arm, I think she was missing an arm even when she was found. And so they've had to replace the arm as she's been growing. Um, and he noticed that she, like, he could sense that she was force sensitive. So he brought her up to the temple, which was the first time she saw the surface, saw the sun, saw stars, anything like that. Um, so yeah, she has, and that's her. She still doesn't feel like she fits in, and I think she feels like she's missing a lot of like she didn't grow up among other people as much, and she didn't grow up on the surface. So she's and I think on Coruscant there's clearly a class divide between like the rich people live on the surface, and then it gets poorer and poorer the deeper you go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's probably some of that as well. Probably like in the Jedi Order, they're at least not supposed to care about that sort of thing, but people are people. Um, so she tends to be a bit violent and react poorly to slights and that sort of thing.
Ooh. That sounds like someone that the Jedi Masters have their eyes on at all
Mm-hmm.
times. Delightful.
Yeah,
Fantastic. This is the first time I'm hearing this background, so I'm just like all of this
yeah, yeah.
genuine excitement and it's great. It's great.
And I was thinking actually about her name. I think she just called herself Tassan, and then when they had to enter it into the database or something, oh, we only have one name, and so it just turned up Neil for the other for her first name, so she's called Neil, but that's not actually her name.
Hat tip to the Solo movie. Awesome. Love it. Great. Great, great, great. I love how problematic she is. I can't wait. Greg, you're up next. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hey, I'm Greg, he, him. I'm playing Sen Venzalt, she, her. Sen is a Miri Allen, and I'm playing the Legacy Playbook. The Legacy Playbook, I believe, is a translation of the Legacy Playbook. Yes, okay, got it. I have read Masks, just haven't played it. So, the Legacy, he is a member of the Venzalt clan, which we'll figure out what the hell that means. But they are Miri Allen royalty of a sort, comes from a wealthy background. So, we'll see how the other characters ended up here in the temple. But I think Miria Sen is sort of the how the Jedi would like all of them to appear. Just sort of found in this very cursory sort of standard way of the Jedi stationed on her planet, sensed her as a very young age, and she's been ushered into the temple as a child. The family was not super upset to lose her in any way because they understand the honor and the weight of having a Jedi in the family. Oh, what a political boon. Now we have a Jedi we can, twist to our means. Her demeanor, I'm going with goody two shoes. That may change. But she is, she's sort of dyed in the wool Jedi currently. She carries a dual phased, which is capable of sudden changes in lengths. The way I want to play with that is that it is a dual emitter lightsaber, but it does not ever actuate on both ends. It just sort of slides between the two.
Oh, weird. That's cool.
I don't know. I thought it would be fun. Let's see. And I've mostly built her around defending people. So we'll see how that goes. I think I did at least give one family member, Countess Fluka. She is my aunt. I haven't detailed my parents yet. And yeah, I think that's it for Sen.
Are you okay if the aunt is here on Coruscant at the very least?
Yes, I would imagine. I later Countess of Hydia, like the Hydean way. So she's, I imagine it's a royal thing, but it has a lot of mercantile nature, right? So, she's heavily in the trade of Tabana gas because that's apparently what Miriel exports. Um, and yeah,
Tabana gas, if I remember correctly, very important for fueling
it's
blaster
what blasters
pistols.
shoot. Yeah, it's
So,
explosive. The
and
red
the
barrel
whole
stuff.
military stuff, very important to your
Hmm.
family and you being at the heart of a lot of the fightings. That's great. Mm-mm-mm. Delicious. Delicious. I can't wait to hear more. Kay, you are up next. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kay. I use the she and they pronouns, and I will be playing Evnos Rosolozo, he, they pronouns. He is a Zeltron. He is our disciple, which is the Mask's protege book. Uh, and specifically, his master is Sacy Tin, a very kind of stoic, sort of competent, responsible individual who sees Jedis in almost, it seems like a bit of a steward-esque kind of fashion. They are there nightly to protect and take part in things so that others who may have bad intentions, do not do bad things. Uh, I imagine he was found decently young, was force sensitive. I think maybe the little bit I've read about Zeltron culture is monogamy is not necessarily a thing. So I imagine there was just like this family was like it was like a bunch of people who were just kind of like living in like good times, and there was a bunch of kids, and for some reason or other there was a mission or something happened, and Jedi ended up on the planet. They were like, oh, huh, this one, okay, and they were like, oh, this one, this is thing, this is good for him. He'll be happy. Okay, here you go, take it. We want what's best for it, and apparently what you're telling me what's best for it is to be a Jedi. Uh, and so I think he's been for most of his life, a a young was a I guess a youngling was on or was held by the Jedi group brain. And yeah, he tries his best. There's a bit of a rap about Zeltrons and behavior, and so as the Padawan of his master, he does his best to be professional and to hold that sort of knightly refrain uh, instead of other things that could be thought of him. His lightsaber is a periwinkle color, kind of similar to the, if you look and can see if you were watching the video version, there's a little armor piece of him that's kind of like that lining bit. And his is double bladed, powerful and impressive. So I think, yeah, I said there's a really small, like honestly, um, there's concerns that like if your hands grow that much bigger, young man, there will not be fully able to hold on to the lightsaber bit because now you're just on the blade. Uh, so he's like looking at his hands like, don't grow anymore, don't grow anymore. Because there's yeah, yeah, because the middle piece is there and the other part's blade. Yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, I think that's we'll get into the relationships and stuffs later. Yeah, he's very situationally aware, and yeah, he's got even more of a special relationship with his master than these others. I have the most specialist master-student relationship because of my playbook.
It's
Boom.
true. It's true. I can see Greg didn't even talk about their master. Do you want to circle back to mention just like
No, it's
a
fine.
brief
We can keep
mention?
going.
Okay, awesome. Mark, you are up next. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm Marky and them, and I'm playing Alali Holstack. She, her. Alali is our hotshot, which I believe is the degenerate um, playbook for masks, which fits. Alali has a pair of orange lightsabers because two is always better than one. And her master is Sora Bulk. Sora's rough weapons master, intense and what's it? Not reckless, but emotionally present. I think that is a good description of Sora or Alali as well. Um, I haven't put a lot of thought into her background, but I imagine, like, from the vibes I'm getting from her, she's very much like uh, the like the Anakin situation where like some Jedi were off somewhere and they're like, oh no, that kid, we got it, we got it, we got to get that one out and into the temple because that one's going to be a problem, I think, if we don't. Um, yeah,
One
so
one Jedi's like, but maybe the airlock?
just take that problem out of the no. Okay. Um, yeah, and so like not a lot of strong family influence, and Sora is probably. I mean, I'm sure that they're doing their best job that they can with what they have here. But yeah, just a troublemaker in general that happens to be a Jedi Padawan.
Yay, two troublemakers. I
Yay!
love it. This is awesome.
Nothing will go wrong.
Steven, you are up next. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your Padawan.
Hi, my name is Stephen. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Fana Boer, whose pronouns are they, them. And Thana is a Mon Calamari, Mon Cal albino. The Mon I'm playing the playbook, the Scarred, which I think is the transformed. Um, Mon Cal are normally very patient. They're very, defensive, all that kind of stuff. They're very accepting of everything. They do not like albinos. They are a bad omen to them. Moncals see the eyes as a window to a person's character, and because my eyes are pink, and very transparent and very different, it really sets them off. The thing I mostly remember about my home, my time, I was taken by the Jedi at a very young age. I just have flashes of memory of whenever I lived in the Moncal homeworld, and it was mainly of being um, persecuted, and being in trouble, and it didn't seem fair. I have a chip on my shoulder, where I think I need to impress everyone and make sure that they stand off from me. But once you get to know me, I'm very friendly. It's just I have a big shield up before I let people get to know me. My master is Ayla Sakura, and I think that that's something that we share in common. Um, Ayla is a Twi'lek, blue Twi'lek. A lot of Twi'leks are treated as property. They're treated as um, set dressing, a dancer or something like that. And this is uh, an appearance that she had to overcome in order to appear, show that she was worthy of being a general, a master, and all of that. And that's where we developed a bond, was getting through that external shield to see the person underneath.
Lovely. Very, very cool. I am very excited to see these Padawans in play. Part of character creation in Masks, and therefore in Jedi Hearts, is that after we get to know who these folks are, we talk a bit about friends and rivals and use that to extend influence, which is an important mechanic in the game. Stephen, since you had to wait to go last, I'm going to let you go first. Take a look at your friends and rivals that come with the Scarred playbook. And is there one you'd like to suggest to another one of the players' characters?
Um, yes. So I think I want to suggest that I have one that is, you try not to care what others think, but it's tough with someone in particular, give them influence over you. I think that, if I may make the suggestion, is that Evnos has a certain appearance and family history and all that kind of stuff that I think I envy, and I look,
Evnos doesn't have. Do you mean Evnos' family history? Because they just they don't have much family history, but that's like I wasn't sure if you were getting them confused with Sen, who has like the royal family.
oh, I thought that, yeah, maybe that's what it was. So Evnos I prefer because you have if I'm not mistaken, let me make sure I got that correctly. You have a certain, uh I want to say je ne sais quoi, whenever you have a certain appearance whenever you come into a room. Is that correct?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's something that I envy, in that, I wish I could have that, and it kind of sets me off, and I'm kind of like, oh, that's something I admire too.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's totally solid. I just wanted to double check that there wasn't any confusing because
Yep.
his family situation is his was he was found in a big polyamorous collective family thing, and they were like, oh yeah, this kid will be most happy if he's a Jedi because he's got the Force. Take it.
Okay.
Or that's someone else. I think Sen had the family stuff.
We're good.
But I'm happy with that. That's totally fine. I think, yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah. Oh, your other one's also really good. No, yeah, no, bad self. Uh, yeah, I think, yeah, Evnos tries to hold himself very knightly, and that could be something that I think makes sense that Thana sees and they want to, and embody that.
Fantastic.
Mark, you're up next. What friend or rival would you like to offer up?
Well, Alali cares way more than she lets on, so everyone gets influence over me.
Cool. Down on rows 68 through 72, there's expandable as we play. We'll probably have more. There are columns for who you have influence over and who has influence over you.
And remind me, is it a you have it or you don't, or like
Correct. You
someone
have
could
it.
have double influence?
So, yeah, if you had influence over someone and you would get influence again, you don't. What you do is you immediately shift one of their labels up and another down,
Got it.
which can be a really cool power move.
Yeah.
And I will use it against you, and you will hate me,
Excellent.
or maybe you'll love me. Who knows? But you can surrender that influence to do things to folks. You can use that influence. Like if you have influence over someone, certain moves have a +1 all the
Mhm.
time that you have influence. You can do something to try to take influence someone has over you away. There's a lot of stuff that will change. Labels and influence will be changing frequently in this game.
Does that also apply now? So if someone else takes influence over me again, they would shift the label? Or
I
is that
would
just
be
in play?
surprised if this will happen during character creation. I think it is specifically created to not do it that way, but if it does, then yeah, that's how we roll with it.
Cool.
Uh, okay. Which friend or rival thing would you like to talk through?
Yeah. So one of the other students reminds you of your mentor, give them influence over you. I think I'm gonna go with Sen. Um, I think a lot of the stuff that Evno sort of that like walkingness is a bit put upon and something they've learned to try and imitate from their master, but you seem to just have it down pat. Like there is something naturally about you and the way that you seem to go about yourself that feels very sort of uh, competent and responsible, uh, professional almost. And uh, that is something that I think he's had to work a lot to build up in himself, but it seems to just innately be a part of you, if that's okay.
Wait, and so Sora Bulk is your mentor, right? Your
No,
master?
my master is
Stacey
Oh,
T.
sorry if I missed that.
No, that's okay. I had put Sora as one of my options. But then Mark was like, I'll take Sora, so I went with Stacey. Stacey Tin. They're the Tin teaches competence and responsibility. Their training under him feels like joining an elite fight squadron rather than extending a
Ah,
monastery.
okay. Sorry, I messed that up. Okay, yeah.
No, you're good.
Uh, so yes, okay. That's perfect. The mask is working. Um,
Delicious.
uh,
Greg,
okay.
you're up next.
Me? Okay. So I'm gonna go with actually my last question. You're secretly jealous of one student's particular talent, give them influence over you. And I'm gonna go with Thana for that. Um, as Thana has that unleashed move. Um, I'm a little curious how I may have seen that manifest before, but we don't have to figure that out now.
I think that could be interesting. When might Sen have seen in the past Thana utilizing the directly engaging a threat in a terrifying fashion? Was it during a training sequence? Was it out in the streets at some point? What do you find interesting about that for Thana being unleashed?
So I think in general what we see, and this is during a training session, I think that they push a lot of the Padawans and younglings at different points, excessively. They push them very hard. And this was a difficult test, and it was a very physical test. And Thana um, showed a force power that was unseen before, where they flowed like water through an attacker and attack them from behind. And this was very scary to just swish through someone as if they weren't even there.
That's horrifying. Super jelly. Okay.
Great. And thanks for asking for the example, Greg. That gives me some really good fodder for future. And Desh,
Yeah. So I have always have exactly one love and one rival, and I could change these at any time, but I should start out with someone. And I think Sen has to be my rival because she's like the upper class, proper person who is everything that I feel that I am not. So yeah.
I hate Sin. She's so classy.
She thinks she's so fancy and good and all of that,
So does
which
that give
means
me
you get
influence over
influence over me.
you? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Because I
Desh, is
hate
snake
you, so
ordering.
I
So if you
care.
want to do the love as well, choose your
Yeah.
love as well.
I'm not sure. And this is not going to be romantic love at this point. Um,
Also, the love and rival can and will change.
yeah,
So
absolutely, absolutely.
don't get too cocky about it if you're the love.
Think it's I think it's Thana because Thana is like obviously tough and kind of if I understood it correctly, Stephen, like a bit demanding respect, that sort of thing, but then friendly once you've connected, sort of thing. And I think Neil respects that. So you also get an influence over me.
Okay.
Wonderful. Greg, why don't you go ahead and fill out the other two left
I
for
was
you?
thinking that too. Okay, so one of the other students is always competing with you to be the best. Give them influence over you. I can't choose both Alali and Nil. So if one of you wants to uh take that, compete for it.
Ooh.
I don't feel like that would be a lolly.
Okay, so no.
Then I'm happy to take it.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So Nil is always, and then you gain influence over me. And then I've made someone feel like they don't belong here.
That might be a lolly.
Gain influence over them. Yeah. And
That
that
could
would
have fit
push
for
you
me, but I
into
think that would
double
be doubling up
influence.
a bit.
Oh yeah, there
So
you go.
yeah.
That's what the only thing that makes me not want to do it because I'd rather spread it around a little bit. Um,
If you wanted to swap out some things, we are early on. We can
well, I'm
adjust
I'm
if need
I'm
be.
wondering how I might have made Evnos feel like they don't belong here. Maybe not even intentionally.
Yeah, I think it could be done unintentionally for sure. Um,
Um,
but up to you. Yeah.
I think I'm
Did
gonna
you?
go with that. And then
Ethnos
you gain
does seem
influence
like
over me.
the most try hard of the group. So someone making them feel like they don't fit feels like that
Yeah.
reads well to me on an early basis. I like that. I think that's interesting.
Oh, so you also do like temple guarding,
Yes.
right? Like if that's part of your like Padawan duties.
Hmm.
I think Sen like took your shift. Like it just not even like it was just something was talking with my master. I expressed interest and they just like pulled you off the roll and put me in instead.
Oh, I love that. Also, you now double, so feel free to take a look at my labels.
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sweet. Go for it. You get
Uh,
to shift one up and another down. So you end up
another,
still with a three for the total, but you can boost one and lower another. And they all change again. So if you want to start off putting them in a hard spot because they got a -2 in something or a +3 in something, do it.
I feel thematically I'm going to shift your Savant to 2 and your Renegade to -2.
That's great.
Spicy. Love it.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
For Evno.
Everyone is either impressed by or afraid of you. Gain influence on them all.
You're gonna shift my label then.
Yeah, I get to shift two labels.
Oh
Uh,
shit, yeah.
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 so let's see. I think I don't like the word afraid for this. I feel like afraid isn't great. But I
I
think
think
if
they might choose to be
Oh,
that's
afraid.
fair. You know
fear
what?
is
That's fair.
Hmm.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. So,
As far
uh,
as you're concerned, Evnos, they're impressed by your diligent effort.
yeah. So I guess I'm curious. And if it's okay to ask, like, what makes
Mhm.
your characters feel this way about Evnos? Since everyone feels this way, I'm curious how it differentiates for each of you and how color some of the relationships.
I had to ask for guard duty. It just seemed to come to you naturally.
Ooh.
Yeah, I already did it. Yeah, whereas
Yeah.
you had to ask.
I think Alali is afraid that you're gonna get them in trouble. You're a snitch. Like you're gonna get them in trouble.
That's afraid.
Yeah.
Donna thinks you're a
Mm,
natural born leader, and um, not necessarily afraid of you, but
Could be impressed. Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't have to be afraid. So yeah, you just think I'm a natural born leader.
Mm.
Nice.
And what does
yeah,
Neil think?
yeah. I think Neil is both impressed and afraid by your just social skills because that's kind of like what soldiers are in a way. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah. Especially you grew up
You've
feral.
always, yeah, yeah, yeah. And she feels like Neil feels like she doesn't get people and she can't have that easy connection that you can, which makes her feel exposed and but she's also like admires that about you.
Awesome. All right.
Now you get to adjust Thana and Alali's labels one up and one down.
Yeah.
And I'll give you some moment. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah,
We'll
thank you.
continue moving forward. So, Mark, if you could please, for Alali, you have a second friend or
Yeah.
rival.
One of the others seems to understand me where no one else does, gain influence over them. That is clearly nil.
That feels right. Sweet. So you have influence over Nil. You did not have it before. And then Thana, let's finish up yours.
My last one is someone is often kind and unafraid towards you. Give them influence over me. I think that is also no,
Kind and unafraid
because
of Thana. That's great.
I think that's because Nil is used to seeing people in Coruscant, like a diversity of people and all of that, and treats me like everyone else, which I take as kindness.
Nice.
Neil gives
Does
me the
that give
same
you?
cold shoulder as everybody else. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Does that give you double influence over me?
I don't think it does.
No, no. Okay, good.
No, I have influence over everyone else and almost everyone has influence over me. So
It's going to be great. I highly encourage folks to use that influence to mess with people early on because it'll help you figure out those friends and rivals and as we grow together, those characters will smooth out some of the stuff, or maybe they won't. Maybe there'll always be one person who's just like they're in the friend group, but just wish they weren't. It's gonna be great.
Uh, so I'm gonna reach out. I made some choices that I'd like to explain of myself. Um, for the editing of Alali's sheet, I took you from down from consular to 2 to 1 and put you renegade up danger. Yeah, I think part of I have a lot of as a Zeltron, a lot of like empathetic sort of feelings of emotions, things like that, and you just feel like trouble. You feel like danger. You feel like trouble. And perhaps some may say that makes you theoretically, more superior in some way. No, no, no. Danger. Or renegade. Uh, and then for Thana, I think I very much view you as just like another peer in that sense. Like you seem to look up to me, and all of us are Padawans, and we are all equal. No one's better than the other. And so I think I will shift. So I shift your ordinary up and your savant down.
Okay. In Masks, there is a section of world creation, team creation that does not exist in Jedi Hearts. So if you're looking for it, if you're like, oh, I am very familiar with Masks, now they're going to do when the team first came together. That is not part of Jedi Hearts, which I think I would argue makes total sense to me that because yeah, doesn't necessarily have to be. We don't have to have all, we don't have to ape all of the aspects of it, which means character creation is done. Your Padawans are ready to rock and also roll. And with our remaining time, let us do that. So we're starting off in our opening scene. I'm actually going to split the party. Sorry, not sorry. I have a pair of scenes that will be taking place. You guys will get to choose which of those two scenes your character begins in as our opening scene. This is scenes that happen that are the pre-credit, like the cold open for the characters that give us a taste of what they're like, right? Because we spent a good deal of this time character creating and world building. Now we get a taste of them before we really dive in next session. So, scene one option is that one of you is uh, training and dueling another under the cold and eyes of Jedi Masters and other students who are here to observe. So, you will begin at the training dojo. And that needs at least two PCs. The other scene is at a meditation room where one of you, at least one of you, is challenged and unable to center yourself. And we will explore why and see what you do with that. Those are the first two opening scenes that I open up to the five of you. So, first I'll ask who wants to duel? Okay, I see. Oh man, cam off, Kay. So make sure you're hot on the chat. Uh, so it looks like Send is dueling nil. That sounds great. That's got heat. That sounds wonderful. Awesome. Who wants to be meditating and having trouble finding Centaur?
I imagine Alali was having trouble finding center.
Lovely. And then
I, l- I like the idea that Alala, you're having trouble centering, but your having trouble centering is giving me issue centering because I'm feeling how much trouble you're having centering.
Hmm.
So like I'm like, just settle down. Like
Settle
so
down.
thought where, Stephen, do you see Thana in either of these two places?
I think Thana is meditating and has no problem centering. It's just Zen.
Amazing. Well, I am going to start off in the training room scene. And these, I'm going to have these scenes taking place concurrently. So, unfortunately, that does mean that I said I'm separating the party. I'm going to live up to that threat. The training dojo, a wide open chamber of polished floors and high ceilings that hums with the snap hiss of training sabers and the faint whir of hovering remotes. The space feels alive with motion and focus, where every misstep is seen, corrected, and quietly remembered. Present in this scene, as we begin with Sen and Nil facing off, are the following Jedi Masters: Isla Sakura, as well as Vulvith Mon, and also Sora Bulk. So, a brief bit. The players are all aware of these folks, but a brief bit. Volvimon, the Shistavan, is an instinctual Jedi. He's a wolf man, and who doesn't love the wolf man? Isla Sakura, Roten Twi'lek. She is beautiful and interesting and got ganked in one of the prequels. That's like the only scene that she had in the prequels, but she showed up in the Clone Wars quite a bit, and she's pretty awesome. And Sora Bulk is the most emotional of the Jedi Masters that were on offer to the various Padawans to choose from. Volvith and Isla are masters of the a couple of folks, but unfortunately, Sin and Nil Tipler is not here to watch Sin participate in this training match. So there, we begin. The person who is in charge um, in this particular scene, I'm going to offer that choice up to you, Mark. Who do you think, Sora, Isla, or Volvis is the person who's running the training session? What do you think, Mark? Do you think could roll a die if it doesn't matter to you?
Well, let's do Sora. I think that'd be good.
All
Yeah,
right.
give a little wolfie.
Sora Bulk, a weak way. Um, and yes, he teaches that passion can be a source of power, as dangerous as it is inspiring. As the two of you do not have lightsabers, you have basically practice sabers. Right there, we'll say they're wooden practice sabers, like a baton type thing. Um, and Sora's steps into the middle. He's wearing the traditional Jedi robes. If you in our character keeper, I have expanded out. There are actual sets of little stands. This is canonical. It's straight from Clone Wars. So in the stands are the other masters, as well as a number of the Padawans that I have listed in our NPCs tab. So, Stephen, if you could please choose one of the Padawans in this area who is here present, and then Kay, I'll ask you to choose another one of the Padawans who is here to witness this fight.
Volley is here.
Yay!
Ooh, let's see. Volley's here. Then I'm gonna say, oh, let me know if I'm mispronouncing this. Warbot.
That sounds great. You're the first to pronounce that out loud. So
Okay, cool. Warbot's also there.
awesome. Sweet. So Warbot, the Ugnaught, and Volley, the Twi'lek, are there as well, witnessing this training. Sora Bulk steps to the middle, bow to your partner, Good. And now I want the two of you to fight. Your inspiration is what drives you the most. You must defeat your opponent. You cannot leave the fighting space. There are no other rules. And then he steps back out of the red circle. So there are two concentric circles. You're in between those two concentric circles. If you take a look, you can see it on the training dojo. Uh, what do you do?
I think Neil just charges forward, tries to parry Sen's training sword away, and then just shoulder checks her and just going straight for the brute force, pushing her out of uh, the circles.
Perfection. Please directly engage the threat. So when you directly engage the
Ooh,
threat, we can see in our basic moves, you are directly engaging. You roll with Renegade. Just gonna roll
which I
2d6
am
plus.
great
Uh,
at.
for you, you are quite renegade. Plus
Yeah,
3. Oh my goodness.
I'm not going to enter the modifier because I'm doing this on the iPad and it's
And you
messy.
do
I
have
just roll the
influence over
dice.
Sen. Does that make it a +4?
It does not.
Oh,
Okay.
The
but I
influence
can
of
spend it
you can.
afterwards,
You
right?
can.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll roll first. Oh, someone entered the modifier. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's an
Oh crap,
8.
you're right. It does add +1 to all moves targeting them, including rejecting threat. I'd
Oh,
always thought it was the social, so that's actually a +4. Doesn't
okay. So
affect you. You're
that's,
still in a 7 to 9. That's awesome. Thank you for asking that question. I learned a thing today.
yeah,
I was trying to figure out what the heck
but
influence does. So,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
down. There's a bit about influence on the basic moves on row 132 that talks about it.
Hmm. But I can take an additional +1 on a move targeting
You
them
can
by
push it to a
spending
10.
the influence. I'm going to do that. I'm just so angry. And
That's
yeah,
amazing. Oh man, on a 10 plus, you so on a hit, you keep them or sorry, defend. On a 10 plus, pick two.
yeah, I need to, trying to do things here that I'm not set up
I'll give
for.
you the option. So you can
Oh,
resist or avoid their blows,
yeah.
which means that Sin can't do anything back to you. You take something from them, you create an opportunity, or you impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Ooh. I think I want to uh take her dignity, like doing this in a way that's really embarrassing. And
Okay, that's
then
option. Took dignity. Option one.
yeah, sorry, I'm bad at remembering. I need to see the things. Directly engage. I'm fine with taking a blow. Um,
Sure.
well, I guess impress, surprise, or frighten is the thing then.
The opposition.
And I think surprise is the thing here because I'm just charging in and yeah.
Excellent.
Maybe Greg wants to choose that. Uh,
Yeah, you can choose if it's if you're impressed, surprised, or frightened. But first, Greg, if you
I like
could,
surprise. Yeah.
ooh, I can imagine that being this is a little more intense, immediate than you maybe anticipated. You get to take a powerful blow, Sin. So
Sweet.
when you take a powerful blow, you roll with a number of conditions you currently have marked. You're sitting with no conditions
0.
whatsoever. Fine. So 2d6 plus 0.
Well, I love rolling flat. That's a 7. That's good, right?
It's goodish. So on a
Goodish.
7 to 9, you have to choose one. You lash out at someone, provoking a fellow student to foolhardy action, or you take advantage of your influence over them to inflict a condition. You give ground, which means your opposition gains a huge opening. You struggle past the pain, but then you must mark two conditions.
I'm going to mark 2 conditions. I'm going to take insecure
Hmm.
and I'm going to take afraid. Um, Nil rushes forward. Sen was ready for a lightsaber duel. Gets shoulder checked, pushed backwards, Um, not in like a sexy way, but like her clothes get ruffled, right? Like she's not her composed Jedi self anymore. And I think, well, I'll even give Nil that she does knock my saber out. But because I didn't like take any physical something, I think Sen just like the saber comes out and then she reaches out the other hand and it comes back in like the reverse stance, right? So Sen's obviously on her back foot, but she's ready to go right back at Nil. Do
Yeah.
I
Well,
start narrating back at this point?
we will in a
Or
sec. The
okay.
first thing is I think that Volley gasps in surprise at this. She did not expect Nil to land so well. Uh, Warbot says, "Meh, hmm, hmm." But Isla seems just concerned, intensely concerned with this. Like she thinks she sees something. Sora moves a little, like his foot. He's barefoot, right? He steps back onto the mat just enough to say, "Find your center, Sin. Do not be afraid." And then now you may. Volva's just watching. He sees. They're fighting. Okay, whatever.
Um, on the move, it says trade blows.
That's
Does
true.
that
Then
mean I
you should
also take
also
a hit?
take a powerful blow. Yeah. Since you
Cool.
did not choose
Um,
to resist, then we'll find out how that pays off. And what does
so
that blow look like, Greg? Because you get a reaction from Sin to Nil takes a hit from you.
Ah, okay. So I think that's where, right, I get the saber back, and there is a quick flurry of Sen coming back at Nil, which Nil defends very well. Um,
maybe we'll see.
It
um, but the blow back, uh, will this trigger a powerful blow back to
does.
Nil?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Um, so Sen, we start doing the actual lightsaber dueling back and forth. But Sen uh, gets Nil into a crossguard and shifts her feet very quickly and brings it back around. Like, will be a back blow.
Oof.
So
Nice.
uh,
That sounds good. You
take a
don't
blow.
take a powerful blow, Nil. You have no conditions, so you're also rolling flat. You want to roll low for
Hmm.
this particular move.
I also get a 7.
Oh, great. You get the same options. Lash out, give ground, or struggle past the pain at Mark II conditions.
I mean, lash out feels like the right thing for me to do.
Okay, so you lash out at someone,
Uh,
provoke a fellow student to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence over them to inflict a condition.
we don't have any influence over Sen anymore,
Okay.
um, because I spent it.
Hmm.
So I think where are oh there we go. Um, think I think Neil takes the hit and just says, "Is that the best you can do, princess?" And just gets back into her stance.
Awesome. Then let us see if you can provoke Sin into foolhardy action here. Let's have you
Yes,
hit.
you can because that clears my condition.
Ah, sweet. Um, that sounds awesome. Do you want like we can hit a roll, but if you agree, yeah, I'll take foolhardy action because it lets me allow. Then we don't have to go to dice there. We just do the
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. So like that hits a nerve with Sen. And so uh she like takes another defensive stance, but then she starts doing what I'm only going to be able to describe as stupid Anakin Skywalker swirls with her lightsaber. She is leaving herself open to a very simple attack. She's trying to show off and look impressive. But that clears my insecure. And she's closing fast. She's doing the stupid whirlwind thing. Yeah.
Okay. So, Nil, sin is coming at you. You now are able to make a decision. But before you do, we go from the rising John Williams inspired music of the two of you going tete-a-tete to the calm, tranquil, or so it would seem, meditation room. The meditation room, a darkened room with meditation pads where the noise of the temple seems to fall away at the threshold. The stillness here is deep and expectant, as if the force itself settles closer when one chooses to listen. Alali, how are you seated on the meditation pad? That these round, like lily pad looking things that we occasionally see Jedi sit
Mhm.
upon to meditate.
Yeah, I think I'm like on my knees, sitting, trying to be proper, sitting up straight, hands on my knees, your hands on my thighs, um, but not doing great at it. Or like performing that I'm being good without actually being good.
Hmm. And what is the thought or that is kind of invading your monkey mind and keeping you from being able to find center?
I think if it's all right, I think it might be like I'm I'm feeling a little bit of what Nil is doing right now. Like that aggression is like coming through. I'm like, oh, boy, they're having a good time, and it's kind of like itching at me a little bit.
Nice, nice. And then, Evnos, how are you seated? And I believe you'd said that Alali's problem was bothering you as well?
Yeah, so I think has actually maybe been here a little longer than the others. Was like the first person in the room and is like textbook sat the position, the way like you could take a ruler to this and be like, "Yep, this is great." Uh, and had been meditating and it had been good. And then as people trickled in, it was fine. And then suddenly, like, there's a moment where we see like maybe like a lolly like twitch or something as the aggression hits a lolly,
Mhm.
and then uh it hits Evnos because he's particularly sensitive to like empathetic stuff. And so like we see him and he's in the right position, and then like we see just like the tiniest little kind of twitch. And then it's like a shock back, perfect, perfect. And then the twitch is a little bigger. Perfect, no, perfect, no. And I think at one point we see like that almost like we hear the head snap as his head turns directly to a lolly where the aggression is like pouring off.
Okay. And then Thana, you found center, which means what? Are you focusing on something? Are you considering something greater? What does center for Thana? What do they concern themselves with?
So Sana is sitting in the meditation circle and, in the circle in the meditation ring, and has just allowed the flow of the force to pass through them and over them like water. And is just communing with everything in the room, everything that's going on, and just being it one with it.
Nice. Lovely. After a few moments of you twitching, uh, and is Evnos able to, because he's always trying to look perfect, does he appear to be centered?
Oh yeah, and I think he was centered. Like I think we had him at center, and we see this sort of like almost like waterfall awash kind of just like pleasantness. But in that pleasantness, we see like this like almost this like zing through it that like sparks it off, and we see the water grow turbulent. At first, it's just a small wave, and then it starts to ripple more. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh, Andesh and Greg, I'm asking the two of you to choose. Tiplar is the Mikian Jedi Master who is here in the meditation room, but there are two other students who happen to be here. One who's just arriving. Greg, who is it who's just arriving into the meditation room as two of the students are having problems?
I'm going to go with Akil August, the older Padawan who's been held back, probably because they keep showing up late.
That's true. Yeah. And then Andesh, who has been here and has found center and has no idea there's a problem?
Um, let's see. I think Gilly Moo the Ithorian.
Yes, Gilimumu. I'm very excited for Gilimumu. I thought that picture was very evocative. Tipler finally speaks. Alali, unburden yourself, please.
What? I'm sorry. I was meditating. What did you say?
Unburden yourself. What what is affecting you right now?
Um,
I
it's
sense a
just
disturbance.
it's I don't know, I'm someone's fighting and it's fine. I'm at one with the disturbance, so it's fine.
It does not appear to be fine to me.
Well, appearances can be deceiving.
Are you saying that perhaps I'm mistaken, Alali?
I'm not saying that. Are you saying that?
I think it is best if you push those thoughts out of your mind. And she is telling you how the world works because she is an adult
Yeah,
and a Jedi Master. She has influence over you automatically. You
yeah,
don't even
yeah.
have to write it down. In fact, you only get to write it down if you somehow remove their influence over you. And she is telling you that you need to push out distractions and find your center, or you will be here for quite a long time.
Mm,
And she is looking to uh, raise your ordinary, and I think she wants to lower your renegade.
yeah, nah, I'm gonna reject that
Okay, yeah,
influence.
you have a choice. You can just let that happen, or you can reject their influence. And so, when you reject their influence, do you have the move that allows you to?
Let's see. My
I don't
moves
think you do.
are do do do
Yeah, tricking
do.
somebody and
Yeah,
having extra questions on assess. Excellent. So you're
yeah. I don't have the
rejecting influence.
so that's just a straight roll. Is that right?
It is for most everyone. There's
All
one
right.
move. So telling you how who you are or how the galaxy works. When you reject their influence, roll flat. On a 10 plus, you get to choose two options. On a 7 to 9, you get to choose one of them.
What happens on a four?
Oh goodness. On a miss, the words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels. If
Uh-huh.
you're insecure, you do suffer -2 to this remove. And you weren't, but now I think you're insecure about it. Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm going to go ahead and have you raise your ordinary. Oh, you know what? You rejected that. So I will inflict a condition and still move your labels. But I think I'm going to move your labels differently because this is the GM, not that NPC. And instead, I'm going to raise your renegade
Hmm.
and lower your ordinary. The
I
exact
would
opposite. Yeah?
maybe argue for guilty instead of insecure, since
Ooh.
I'm clearly not doing the thing.
That sounds. I like that argument. I hear you, and I agree. Let it be done that you are now guilty. And Tipler is quiet for a moment longer, And then she says, Evnos, what is troubling you?
Nothing is troubling me. I appreciate your concern, but I believe I have this. Thank you.
Liar. I think Lolly does whisper liar. That's
Oh, you whisper liar.
yeah.
And you whisper liar. Uh,
I think that gets a snort from Akil. Like, wow. He's impressed by that. That is, he will remember that you just openly called them a liar. That's great.
hmm. So I have a quick question here.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, like there are the moves in the games, but how do we deal with like so the loosey-goosey theoretical abilities that one might have or be able to do as like a Zeltron or something else or
There is a Unleash the Force.
Mhm.
I don't love that it's called Unleash the Force, in that it makes you feel like you can only do the Force, but I would package in
Mm.
other stuff. Like in Masks, Unleash Your Powers also is your training. So I
Okay.
would imagine that Unleash the Force can blanket cover a lot of stuff that is not directly engaging and is not defending someone.
I think I think in this moment, I'm trying to channel my mentor and ignore it. But I think that only makes it worse, right? Like he's trying to step above like this hushed whisper, but it only now he's feeling a spark of his own anger. In addition to the anger that he was felt coming off of Alali, there's some actual there. Like how dare you take my integrity in vain, even though he knows he's not like being honest. Because it's not his problem. It's not his fault that this is happening. It's Alali's.
And you get a little protective of your insecurities. And Tipler, she smiles for a moment, unaffected by your touchiness. Evnos, when one lies, they murder a part of their world. So yeah, she's trying to tell you. She's just going to tell you who you are right now, and
Yep.
straight up looking to lower your renegade and raise your ordinary, because that's what she thinks this is all about. It's just making you guys a little more compassionate, a little calmer.
A little so it's lowering my rent. I don't think I can lower my renegade anymore. Or did you
Uh,
move it?
no, it's if she lowers your renegade and it's already at a -2,
Mm.
you will get a condition.
Was I already at a -2 on renegade? Dang, I guess I was. Yeah, I already have like a -2.
Uh huh.
So I think I get a condition.
Oh, so you're accepting her influence because you
Oh,
can
I guess
reject the influence.
no, I think he is accepting it. Like that's kind of who
Mm.
You know what? No, fuck it. I want to roll dice. I'm gonna, I'm gonna reject. Reject influence is that super or consular?
It's flat. It's
Oh, it's
flat.
just flat. Okay.
0. You get no benefits for it.
Ooh, 3.
Okay. So you try to reject. Oh, you mark XP when you roll a
Ease.
fail.
Ooh.
Yes. So remember those fails, they get you potential, which is this version, this game's XP. So you get to mark a condition, and I will adjust your labels, and I will not adjust your renegade up or down. I think instead, I'm going to, it hits you hard, and the GM is going to lower your knight.
Oh, yeah. I think it's angry. Cause he was doing so well, and he's got this. It's not fucking him. It's this other person here, and the stuff they're projecting out.
It's totally their fault. It's
It's totally
absolutely their
not my
fault.
fault. I'm great. I am an excellent disciple.
You were doing so good before a
I was
lolly
doing
showed up.
so good. I was here first. I was early. I was centered, and then a lolly mucked it up.
Good job, Lolly. So Akil just heard the Lolly's retort and found it amusing. Gilly Mumu is just so not here. She is off in space and completely relaxed. She lets out a little oh, and it feels as if she's trying to communicate with you guys, maybe give you a lifeline, but it could also just be how she reacts to things. Uh, and then as she says the Om, we snap back to our ongoing fight between Sen and Nil. We will definitely check in with Thana in a moment, but I wanted to jump back to the action there. So Sen, I think you were attempting to provoke.
I was taking reckless
You
action
were
towards
taking
nil.
reckless action. That's right, which opens you wide open for Nil to do something. Nil, you see Sin is taking ill-advised action, highly aggressive action, kind of not unlike yours, but maybe a little less artful. What do you wish to do about that?
I think I am going to like she's coming at me with these like sweeping strikes. I think
Mhm.
I like just shift my grip on my training sword to grip it in the middle and just throw it at her like like throwing a spear, and then I like to distract her, and then I go low to sweep her legs.
Sweep the leg. Oh, that's awesome. Please directly engage the threat and take a +1 forward from the foolhardy action from your foe.
So do I have influence over nil, right?
You can.
And I can expend that to interfere.
You can.
I'm
Ooh,
gonna expend that.
And you give them a -2 on their action by
So it's
surrendering
a
your
minus
influence.
two.
Yep.
awesome.
Um, and just to be clear, that can be done after the roll as well. So you could sit on
Oh,
it to see if the -2 would actually throw
I'm
them
still
off.
okay with it. I think it's more
Okay,
fun.
it is fun. I'm
So what are you
sure
doing
Neil will
to
happily give you influence later. She seems very
yeah?
easy to give you influence.
How do you use your influence over me?
Yeah. What does that look like?
Um,
Or is this just you having like doing that reckless thing, but doing it really well, like looking awesome doing it? Oh
I
no,
like
wait, you took
that.
your dignity, so maybe
Yeah. Um, so my so it's this is finally because we're rivals, right? I'm your rival. You're always competing with me. Um, but you realize that if you mess this up, this really gives me a lot of points, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see in your eyes that you're really
yeah.
hoping that I will mess this up, and you will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love that. So that gives me that I'm at a +2. That no, wait. Yeah, I'm at a +2. I have a +3 renegade, +1 forward, -2. Cool.
Okay.
And I
Oh, I
get
was hoping
an
you'd fail.
8.
Oof.
No, no XP for me.
No XP for you. So on an 8, you get one choice there on
Yeah,
directly engage.
I think resist or avoid their blows makes sense here.
Yeah, smart. Which means that you land a blow, right? Because on a hit, you do the thing. So
Mhm.
you get to take another powerful blow. And what does that successful hit look like? Was it the Nil disarming, or I'm sorry, what was Nil's strike that lands true?
I think it's the sweeping the leg.
Okay, to sweep the leg. Okay.
Like you can bash the training sword away, but then
Then
that's the
feint all
distraction that gives
along.
me the opening.
Yeah, I think Sen even does the like one-handed force pushes your lightsaber as you throw it,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But misses the leg sweep. So I will roll my with one, and that's an 8 again. Not as I want progress. So on a 7 to 9, I choose one. Oh, oh, no. What did I just do? Okay. Uh, I think I think I also want to lash out at somebody. Provoke a fellow student to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence, which I gave up. Um, but I think at this point, right, you sweep my leg. You haven't really landed any lightsaber blows on me,
Hmm.
right? And Sen just like throws her training lightsaber away and just starts punching you, right? If you don't want a lightsaber fight, we have to have a lightsaber fight. Um, so I'm provoking you to foolhardy action of reciprocating that, right? Because that's not what they want us to do.
And I
Hmm.
think the reaction, Sora Bulk finds this intriguing. Like he smiles. He likes seeing this breakdown, to see the real you underneath. But Ayla Sakura is concerned about this. How do you react, Nil?
So does sand roll provoke someone or
Yeah. So what are you trying to provoke
Oh, I get to roll.
Nil? Yeah, you
Provoke
can attempt to
someone.
provoke if you want. What do you want Nil to do though? To like throw down and just fist fight?
Yeah, yeah. Like to,
Is that something that Nil does not want to do and wishes to resist? If so, then we go to dice. Otherwise, you can just
yeah, I mean Neil wants to win, and even though they said there were no other rules, like going to the
yeah.
fist fight will not send Sam out of the ring, and that's what Neil wants.
Yeah.
okay. So then you need to get provoked, and so Sin, you may.
All right. Roll with consular. Haven't done yet. I think I have 0. But I do. Oh no, I gave that up. It's like I have influence. Right. No, I don't. Um,
We just threw that away.
I just threw that away. I kept you from getting a 10. All right.
True,
That is a
true.
7. Still no
Ooh.
progress. I'll provoke someone.
Raise
Uh,
to the bait, mark a condition, or instead choose one.
Yep. What do you wish to do? Nil?
Ooh. Um,
it says
I
for
think.
PCs on a 7 to 9 choose one.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
different
yeah.
for
Sorry,
PCs.
sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
If they do it, they mark potential. If they don't do it, they mark a condition. Well, then if I get an
I get
XP,
to
then I'm
choose
gonna
though.
do it. Oh, you get to
Uh,
choose.
I get to choose what, yeah, the
You get to
conditions
choose
of
Oh,
it.
tear
yeah,
to the
yeah,
stick.
Um,
yeah, yeah,
if you don't do it, you mark a condition.
The stick.
yeah. Yeah. I want a condition. That's fun. I think I'm gonna get angry.
Do I get to pick the condition? It's
No,
not clear in the move.
no.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I sometimes will tell you a condition, but normally well, I think it's unclear in the book as in the masks book, but I have often just let someone choose because I feel like they can talk about what how their character reacts more than I can.
Um, okay, so we engage in fisticuffs.
Yeah, you
You're,
engage in
you're,
this.
you're trying to provoke me, but I
Yes, yeah,
resisted.
right, right.
But I
Um,
think
oh, you
so.
you
I
didn't
I
do
get
it.
angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
resisted.
resisted and chose to take a condition over
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
giving in, even though you thought you
But I
had the
get
perfect leverage.
angry. Yeah. Because I think I wanted to beat you in the duel, and now you've kind of no, there's no duel. Even though I was kind of like not fighting by the implicit rules, I was following still like the what I saw as the spirit of the rules. And now you're just turning this into a big mess where I'm not allowed to win. I think that's what Neil feels like. So you're going for a draw instead of or a disqualification.
I think Sen's pushing you
Uh,
towards the outside of the mat, right? Because that
yeah,
was the
yeah,
rule. We have to stay in the area.
mm-hmm.
So that's what Sen's
Yeah,
doing,
yeah,
like duking and throwing kicks and doing all of the acrobatic Jedi shit to try and
yeah,
force
yeah.
her into a corner.
Yeah,
If
great,
you're
Mm-hmm.
great,
not
great.
doing it.
And I think there's a point when Nil, your heel is like right at the edge, but you get angry and push
Mm-hmm.
back, and then we snap away from this titanic fight to the calm of Thana. Thana, when you meditate, how do you find center?
I think that I reach out and I see um the, the feel these items around me and I allow the flow to just pass over them, pass through me, and all of that. Yeah. I think I sense the frustration and anger coming off of Evnos and uh Alali, and maybe a little bit of the humor, entertainment, or whatever from the others. The piece coming from the Ithorian, Gilly.
Yeah. Gilly. Yeah, yeah. And you feel just a little bit of the concern from Tiplar for Alali's reaction. And then your consciousness floats away from the here and the now, and it drifts in that space within the force that you sometimes find when your meditative state allows you to transcend the moment. And you get this vision. You see yourself with half of a squad of clone troopers, and you feel their fear as one of them turns on their little headlamps, and they're in some stone temple. Looks ancient. And when they scan across, you see another Mon Calamari. You recognize him. Is not our Veb. And he's standing with who was once his master, Kit Fisto. And two of them are approaching that temple door. And then there's another flash, and it feels like some time has passed, and they're in the middle of a fight with some horned, titanically large monster, and there is only one clone trooper with them. They obviously have lost the rest of their squad. It looks desperate. You're not sure if they will survive. And then snap, you're back here in the moment. Your eyes open and you see that that single little thing in Tiplar's your forehead creases just a little bit, showing a little concern about Alali's reaction. What do you do, Sana?
I reach out in the room to those present and I say out loud, the Force has provided a vision, and we should combine our patience to see if another comes forward. And um, I think I'm going to comfort and support someone.
Ooh,
And
nice.
in doing so, I know that the biggest there are obviously two concerns here, right? There's a little bit from the master uh Templar, Templar, and there's a little bit of concern there. She can take care of herself. Um, there's a strong issue from Alali, and I think I reach out to Evnos and I tell Evnos, you're the best of us, and I think you can help me. You can help us to reach out through the Force to find the truth of what will happen or what has happened.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think that hearing that sort of gets almost that sort of deep breath, and Evnos remembers there are things bigger than himself. He is just, a leaf on the wind sort of vibes. And we watch as he works to get back to that composure and to lend his sort of understanding to the Force, to Thana, to call this back, to make this happen. Trying to find center again and having this positive emotion from Thana to focus on.
Sana, go ahead and roll comfort or support. Please roll plus ordinary.
Whenever I wish it could be. Whenever I reach out for comfort and support with someone, if I tell them what I most envy about them, I roll with Savant instead.
Aha, well, then do that.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a 13.
Wow, that's awesome. So, on a
And
comfort
I
or
think
support,
the
yeah, go
the
ahead.
way this looks on screen, let me describe it a little bit, is um I think we all link up. And I think that Gilly, the Athorian, links up with Alali. And I start to describe the vision that I'd had previously about Kit Fisto and Nadar Veb and us entering this and the clone troopers that are there and just kind of going through this as a form of meditation. And yes, so now the mechanics.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for adding that context. That's really great. On a hit, you get through to them, and so Kay, you will choose this. You can either mark potential, clear a condition, or shift they basically shift labels one up, one down. If you open up to them.
Yeah, which I think we see that happen. I think it's almost like question because I think don't they get to do one as well as
They
a
also get to
okay.
make the same choice.
Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of angry because I feel like that's what makes sense here. Um, is that sort of washes away from Evnos's mind and he focuses on the vision and we get this kind of clarity within it. Like not only are we seeing it, but we're getting some of the more visceral emotive notes of what are going on in this situation as Evnos lends his own foresight to it. Um, and we kind of almost see that similar pattern to what that flow of water that had been sort of rankled gets much calmer and it's like oh that serene lake that Evnos was on but also that sort of swift way that Thana had used their force in their unleash before kind of coming into a bit of homeostasis.
Nice. Nice. And so the way you described it, Stephen, is that they share. That's what you were hoping to do, is allow them to share in the vision?
Yes, I'm hoping to describe it to see if we can't find out more truth from it going forward.
Ooh. Well, one of you may, if you wish, assess the situation.
May I, Stephen?
I'm sorry.
I was asking if you're cool with me assessing the situation.
Yes, I also get a choice from comfort and support, correct?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes. And because Evnos is the best of us, I would like for you to mark potential.
No, you choose for yourself. You would.
Oh, I
You
choose for
would.
myself? I thought I chose for them.
You choose for yourself.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know it worked that way. Um, I don't have a condition. I'll shift my labels.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
could also take potential. You deserve to grow too.
Oh, yeah. I'll take potential. That's the easiest. I'd have to think about labels. Okay, so you're going to assess the situation, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is consular, right?
Mhm.
That's consular.
Hmm.
Interesting. Can I ask you, be mindful of your surroundings would not apply because this is not a fight, I guess.
Be mindful of yourself when you assess the situation before entering a fight. May I ask one additional question? Yeah, I don't think you're entering this fight.
Okay, this is not like a fight. Okay, just
Sorry.
checking. No, that's okay. That is a 9 to assess the situation.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you get to ask one question.
What here can I use to assess when this is happening?
Sorry, I just love the idea of using assess the situation to ask how you can assess, but you finishing it it makes sense. Yes,
Yeah.
you can tell um, through fauna that this is the near future. Um, how can you tell? You heard that um, you heard that Kit Fisto recently left to head to a planet and had heard that his former Padawan was already there. This is something that has yet to come. Is that
Yeah,
a
so I
fair answer to your assess? Does that make
I think
sense?
so, yeah. I think we sort of there's sort of this wash and this realization amongst the group that is connected that this is future and this is something that um is relative future, like close by, as Evnos takes in these details and remembers, mit logs of things of who's going where that maybe he theoretically, why is a Padawan worrying about that? Well, he's, keeping an eye on top of everything. Uh, and so his knowledge of these flight plans allow him to make that sort of understanding and spread that not only is what we're seeing that we have to be aware of on this location, but it is going to happen soon.
Yeah. So you realize that. The two of you realize it together because you shared in the vision. So I think you share a
Yeah.
moment where you both have that realization. Is that okay with you two?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the way that looks is um as Thana starts the description of what they saw, I think that Evnos completes parts of it that weren't completely there. And we're speaking out loud so that Tiplar can understand where we are and what's happening.
Yeah, Evno sort of picks up and is like, I see Kitfus and they are with their former Padawan. They are insert name of place and movements, but it would take X amount of days to get there, and Kitfar only left, X day ago, um, which means that this must be insert about approximately 7 days from now. Like,
Cool. Excellent. You report that to Tiplar then, or just
Yeah,
sharing? Okay.
I think he starts speaking aloud where Thana had like sort of stopped off, was speaking, then suddenly, like almost as if it was a passive of baton in a relay race, Evno starts speaking.
Tiplar looks concerned. Um, thank you for what the two of you have shared. Let us conclude this meditation for now. Alali, I'll speak with you later. And then she briskly leaves the room. Let's
Okay, yeah.
swing back to Nil and Sen. And I I think we've gotten enough of have we gotten enough of the fight? I feel like we've gotten enough of the fight. So maybe we come
And
back to oh,
I had an idea for how to finish it.
okay, yes.
Sure.
Uh, because you were like doing all this acrobatic stuff, pushing me right onto the edge of the mat, and I had an idea to use the take a chance move to just like I step aside and just give you a light push so that you instead leave the mat.
Here's
So
And if
that's
you
here's
how.
the idea
miss, if you
I had.
miss, you lose. Like she
Yeah,
will,
Right.
yeah,
yeah, one of the two of you will go out. What were you going to
The
say?
idea I
absolutely,
had
absolutely.
was to unleash the force and take your own lightsaber, skitter it across the floor, and knock your knees out from under you to push you out.
Ooh.
That's hilarious. I love that you both have
Oh, that's
ideas.
also very
It's
cool.
good. But who do we feel has been winning this fight? Mark, who do you think has been winning this fight, Nil or Sin?
Oh boy. That's a tough call. I, I think I think nil, maybe just because Sen is like they're not playing by rules that Sen is playing by.
Steven, who do you think has been winning this fight, Nil or Sin?
It depends on the definition of
You
win,
get to make the
but
defense. You get,
I know. And I think from a Jedi perspective, Sin is winning this because they have kept calm.
Kay, who do you think is winning this fight, Nil or
Yeah.
Sin?
I think similarly, I think although you know what? Actually, I'm going to change what I was going to say. I think nil because nil got send to break. We expect this of nil. Nil is going to pull this bullshit. Sen is the one who was shaken from center and how they are meant to behave
Excellent.
by nil.
Nil, you can go ahead and take your move. You,
Cool. So take a chance is that's renegade. So that's that's good for me. Uh, I
Someone
realized I
shipped that
also
label.
had. I realized that from the Rancor's Heart move, I have a +1 ongoing on any action that supports your love or frustrates your rival.
uh-huh.
So I
Yeah,
think this
that
would frustrate
for
Sam.
sure.
So
Oh, that would frustrate the hell out of Sen, yes.
yeah, so I'm rolling with +4.
Amazing.
Oh, here we go. That's a
Oh!
14.
um, so what we'll do is, Adesh, you describe what it starts off as, and then Greg, get to describe the moment when Sen loses and what it looks like as she ends up on the outside of the circle.
Yeah. So I like to describe Sen is coming at me with like acrobatic strikes and all of that, and Neil is like blocking some of the strikes and some of them definitely land, but she's not hitting back in the same way. So, but you are pushing her backwards, and when we get to the edge of the mat, kind of just pivot and take a step to the side and just give you a light tap on the shoulder to send
I,
you over.
I'll edit ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Sora, when Sen steps out, she doesn't realize it, but it's just the gentle hand of Sora Bulk touches her shoulder. of just nope, you're out.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. And because there's a lot of like after stuff, I think that's where we'll end that particular scene, which means that's where we will end this session, our opening session. Good job, everybody. We have some mechanics to go through, so let's do this. It's end of session stuff. At the end of every session, I'll read it and then I'll go through. At the end of every session, you will choose one. Did you grow closer to your teammates? Did you grow into your own image of yourself? Or did you grow away from your teammates? Let's start from Thana. So Thana, did you grow closer, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away?
I think I grew closer.
Explain who made you feel welcome, and you give influence to them and clear a condition of your own, or you mark potential.
Um, I think it was Evnos, and it was the reaching out and us communing together. And I'll mark potential.
Okay. And then Evnos, did you already have influence over Thana?
I did, yeah.
Okay, then that means you get to move one of Thana's labels up and another down. I'll give you a moment to do that as we move forward to ask a lolly. I know you didn't really interact a whole lot, so we'll see how this goes. Did you grow closer to your teammates, into your own image of yourself, or grow away?
Yeah, I think that means I grew away.
All right.
I think I didn't get any of that image stuff. I'm just like, what are they doing? Are they just making this up to seem okay? You're cool, whatever. Um, and so I think I'm taking influence away from Evnos.
Amazing. And then Evnos, did you grow closer to your team, grow away from your team, or grow into your own image of yourself?
Uh, I think I grew closer to the team. With Thana, I think I was struggling for a moment, and Thana helped bring me out of it, back to
Oh,
what matters.
okay. Then you're giving Thana influence. Thana, did you already have influence over Evnos? I think you did.
Um,
No.
I I did not.
Okay, so now you have influence. And Evnos, you get to clear a condition or mark potential, your choice.
Mark potential since I'm out of conditions.
Sen, did you grow closer to the team, grow away
I
from your
grew
teammates, or grow into your own image of yourself?
I grew to the image of myself a little bit. I'm gonna shift my knight for stalwartness down and my renegade up.
And just tell us a little bit about how you see yourself differently.
Uh, I think Sen surprised herself a little in the um in the taking it down back to fisticuffs part with Nil. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that's what she expected, but she was sort of in the flow of combat. And I think that she was excited by that up until the point where the master put his hand on her and realized that she had lost control. And that was the point of the lesson. So
You got Paul. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, great. Awesome. And then Nil. Did you grow closer, grow away, or grow into your own image of yourself?
Own image of myself. And I think I'm going to shift Renegade down because I didn't go into a fist fight there. I could have just, oh, I fist fight, I'm going to beat you, but I didn't do that. So I think I'll shift Renegade down. I'm not sure what I'll shift up. I need to think a bit about that, which fits. Probably Knight, but I need to read
consular
stuff in
makes
it.
you feel crafty.
Ooh, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Smart, capable, crafting, quick. Yeah, let's go with that. Consular up to 0.
Excellent. Okay. That is the mechanics. Let's circle back around. Did folks do sorry, I think Kay, you had labels to shift. How did that go?
Yes. I shifted Thana's renegade down and their knight up.
Nice. Okay. And now we will go through our normal end of session stuff where we do stars and wishes. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has wishes for either next session or like milestones for future, whatever wishes you've got out there?
Hello. Oh, hello. It's okay. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no. The fact that my immediate thought watching us get closer to time and when you literally said it was no. No, more now. I really enjoy masks. We've played. I don't know if we've ever played. We've played some like kind of like again. I
We've
don't think it
played.
was the
We've
same.
played. I don't think we've played masks. I
I don't think
think
we've
we've
played straight up
played
masks.
hit
We've
the
played some superhero
streets,
stuff,
and I don't think we've
but
done masks.
I love masks. So I'm excited to get to play it with you and
No,
get to
we
play it in
did back in
general.
the
No, we
MCU days. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
We
yeah.
did.
You're
Yeah,
right.
the
You're right.
MCU
You're right.
days. Okay, I'm not crazy.
You're not.
But so I was super just yeah stoked to get back into it. Masks is one of my favorite games. Getting to play with this group is one of my favorite group of people. Like especially finding out that it's Greg's first time. Like
Oh yeah.
so yeah, just wished for so much more. I yeah, I want it. I don't want it now, and I'm just very excited. In terms of other wishes, I'm excited to see us in like a group. Like just I want to see us, but also like the Padawans as a whole. I'm curious about
Mm.
like what are the dynamics of us, but what are also the dynamics of us and them. Because I think that'll be an interesting through line throughout the game. So getting an established shot of that would be interesting.
Hmm.
Uh, and then, yeah, I need to defend my honor from Alali, who has slandered me. How dare? Those are my wishes.
Who else
Um,
has wishes?
yeah, I definitely want to blow off some steam with Nil, probably. Um, or maybe Sen, who knows? Whoever feels like they need to blow off steam, I got steam to blow off. Um, yeah, I would like to see more group stuff or different pairings. And yeah, I Masks is one of my favorite games. I have not played it in a long time, and I'm super happy to be A, playing it again, and B, playing it with y'all.
Lovely. Who else has
Um,
wishes?
I'll go with I'm looking forward to this chapter of it in Coruscant. I really look forward to getting this group together on sort of a mission into Nil's home territory. And I'm looking forward to seeing um, sort of the Jedi Padawans encountering some morally gray situations and how they deal with it. Um, I think that'll be interesting. Uh, and then just more. So
Stephen Rondesh, any wishes?
Yeah, I'll go. So one of the things overall that I'm looking forward to for the entire session is, or the entire season is, the um dichotomy of youth versus terrible situations. I think Masks is a good fit for that. I want to see, a young group of us and other Padawans um tossed into desperate and difficult situations, and touch on some of the themes of, we're kids who were tossed out into war and it's terrible and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to that.
I I, I agree. And I got to say, one of my favorite parts of the Ahsoka series was
Mm.
that flashback to young Ahsoka in the middle of a war. I thought that was a really interesting revisiting different context. It was neat. It was the one of the few times where I go, okay, maybe a live action version of this allows you to tell stories differently. To me, I'm like, why don't we do animated all the time? Why does it always have to be a bunch of regular ass people doing the laser sword stuff? I'm cool with the Clone Wars, but that moment was like, oh yeah, that was really cool. I appreciate that. And Dash, did you have any wishes?
Yeah, much the same. I'm also very much looking forward to playing a long-term Masks game. I played Masks a few times, but I don't think I've ever played more than a monthly thing. I know I played in an MCU game. I think that was a
Mm-hmm.
monthly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was yeah. I didn't do quarterlies of the MCU stuff because I wanted to burn
yeah.
through as many games as possible.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. Also, seeing the dynamics between all the characters, and especially seeing how Neil and Sam's relationship develop. If they like gain some respect for each other, or if they continue to be at each other's throats the whole time. Either
There's
way,
a lot of heat
it will
there.
be fun.
I'm very excited that you guys were the first to duel. It was just great. Great choices. Great choices all around. Excellent. And as you went last with which did you get to go first with stars? Did you have any stars from today's session?
For sure. All the characters are really cool. I really look forward to having more interactions with everyone. Um, Super fun with the duel, and both of us just going at it and and not playing by the rules. So that was super fun. The vision was really great. I think both Alali and Evnos like having their problems with the meditation, and then Thana just having a vision, pulling everyone in, and or trying to pull everyone in, and then Alali just what's going on here? That was all of that was super fun.
I agree. Plus one on the Alali going, what are they? Oh, it's great. Steven, you're up next. Did you have any stars?
Yeah, I'll echo a lot of the things that Andesh just said, which is, I like all the characters. They're all very evocative. Um, I was a little worried going into the Masks game. I played Masks a lot, and so I prefer to play things I haven't seen before, like some of the expansion books for Masks and stuff like that. And I think I mentioned, oh, I might want to play, one of the weirdo things that happens. But the renaming and the retheming into Star Wars has made this Masks new to me again,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
really like that. And um, the dueling and the way that this was set up with the dueling, seeing the actions that went on during the duel, I liked seeing the to and fro, the vision and the meditation with the masters. I like the interaction that we had with the masters and the uh other Padawans that were in the audience. All of that worked well, and how we could work off of them and everything. That was all great.
Great.
I'm
Thank you,
looking
Steven.
forward to more.
Greg, any stars that are still out there?
I very much enjoyed the duel with Nil. It was interesting. It was a very good learning experience too for the system to sort of figure out
Mm-hmm.
how that all sort of cycles through. So I really appreciated that. Um, and then yes, the meditation was great. I loved seeing the cuts between it too. Were excellent points to do that transition.
Thanks.
I did wonder because we do get to take playbook moves from other playbooks, but the sum total of us and the selected, there's five of us and six selected playbooks. Are we okay with some of the moves from the outside of that play? I guess clear it first. There's just limited. I tend to take options from playbooks that were never an option, but that limits the amount of moves. So,
Sure, sure. I did
okay.
limit the playbooks on offer, but I am open to, and I can also share the PDF of the full Jedi Hearts mix. I will say though, a good number of playbook moves are very tied to that playbook's kind
Yeah.
of deal, but there are some that are really interesting outside of the context of that playbook that I chose not to offer. So I am open to it, absolutely, and I'll share that
Strangely, I
PDF
found
with
a
you.
really good one in the droid playbook. So, it'll be fun.
Yeah, good, good.
Something I'll point out that it's easy to miss is the moment of destiny. Um, in my first Max game, I accidentally did that and didn't know it was in advance, and then had to, retcon it later. But it's a very interesting advance
It's
that's pretty
super
unique
cool.
to, I think, each character. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to unlock it before you can hit it. And that's a good note for folks. Mark, did you have any stars that haven't been shared?
That haven't been done yet. I don't know. Duel
Or
was super
stuff you want to share?
cool. Yeah, I just really enjoy the way Masks handles that kind of stuff, and I think it was great to watch. And like it's neat that like a fight it feels very different than like having trouble meditating, but they're not like the mechanics are associated really nicely. Not sure what I'm trying to say. It's good. I like it. Good. Um,
You should go on a podcast with that mouth.
I also really enjoy slash am looking forward to the way that the role of the adults in masks is like super heightened by the presence of the Jedi Masters. That's gonna be really fun to play with. So, and I really like the way that they were just like moving our sliders around and doing the stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Good. I'm glad you welcome that because they are going to be relentlessly judging and
Yeah.
adjusting and shifting. Kay, are there any stars still left out there? Anything you want to share?
Always. So I'm gonna start with where we just were. Yeah, I love that. One of the issues I've found, I've played a lot of masks, is a lot of people I find underuse adults or adult
Mhm.
superheroes. Like it just doesn't come up as much. So having a game that allows them to be more present and an actual mechanical figure is going to be very fun. I'm very excited for that, Rich. I think, yeah, I think that's gonna be great. I've already enjoyed how I've seen it done. So stars to you, Rich, for that. Mark, the delinquent holds a special place in my heart. I'm constantly warring between if the Scion or the Delinquent is my favorite, and just watching you play Alali, I was just like, oh God, I was like this, yes, yes, yes. This is so great in so many ways, absolutely delightful. Um, just yeah, loved that. All those things, and I was like, yeah, this da, 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 just makes me so happy. Uh, okay, again, Andesh, I love this. You definitely like the tension in the relationship and the fact that like I was like, oh, you know what? I think Sen won. But then I was like, oh wait, you know what? If I really start to think about this and I really like the fact that I had to question that at such a level in like the first part of the game and really nuance that just shows how well built and playing these characters already are just like in session one, but also what a wonderful sort of foiling these guys kind of are to each other, and that'll be just super delightful in the book. And then Stephen, I never look at the Transform playbook. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna look at that playbook. Thana seems amazing. The Scarred, I feel like there's some lore stuff that maybe I don't know about their people that might be more is some of that interest, but it seems very cool, and I like the fact that you decided to have like the way I've seen transformed slash scarred played is usually a lot of like very volatile sort of things. And so the fact that Thana was the one who was on top of the meditation and in place without issues was really fun to see as a character. I'm excited to see a playbook that I normally don't necessarily care for, played by someone who I know puts a lot of good care into those kind of things, and how that will make me think about the playbook differently.
Delightful. I just want to offer a star up to whoever decided to put the background color for the lightsaber color. Stroke of genius. How
That's me
cool
just
is
playing.
that?
Sorry.
That's so great. No, that was a star. I just saw it and went, oh, that's so awesome. So very excited. I'm looking forward to these characters. I came in with a bit of trepidation, but excitement. And I know it's all going to be great. You guys are doing great. You have really, really awesome characters. I can't wait to see more and more similar to what Kay said earlier. So with that, we will bring this session to a close and we'll play next week.
Next
Thanks
time.
all. Uh,
Bye.
and
No game